The way that AI will disrupt every industry will change what you humans have to do to achieve success and will essentially change the definition of success itself. And in this video, I'm going to get into my predictions about the effects that AI will have on the job market, work industries, and just what success is, how to achieve it, and what it's going to mean in the future. AI is going to replace so many jobs and so many types of jobs, and certain types of jobs won't need humans for that. And so anything that can be done with step-by-step instructions, anything that a job you could write down what the instructions are for someone to do and give it to someone and they could just do it. Okay, that's all going to be replaced by AI because you can just give those instructions to an AI. And that covers so many jobs that exist right now. And what humans are going to still be able to bring to the table that AI aren't have less to do with sort of tactical, logistical, calculating types of tasks or roles. And it's more going to be in the creative and emotional side of things, meaning humans can feel empathy. They can understand other humans in a different way than AI can or will be able to, right? They'll be able to obviously observe and analyze a bunch of studies and observations, and they'll be able to draw conclusions from that about humans and then create stuff for humans. The same way, like right now you have algorithms that are figuring out what you like to watch, and so they keep showing it in your feed on YouTube or TikTok or whatever. So they'll be able to do some of that, but they don't have empathy. They're not going to be able to feel humans in the same way, and therefore certain things that involve empathy only humans will be able to do. Same thing with creativity. Having such a unique human perspective that from your life that involves all the experiences that you've had and the specific way that you're wired, that's very unique, right? It's not going to be replicated by AI. What AI does takes an amalgamation of a lot of people or a lot of content and finds the commonalities and finds the things that work and then amalgamates and creates something based on a lot of people. But it's not based on someone's singular experience and views and perspectives and feelings, which only you as a human can bring to the table. So creating success and what that even means in the future, because as AI does more and more jobs, there will be a question of money and universal basic income or something like that, where humans are, or even not income, but just needs are getting taken care of because AI can do so much. So there will be a question of needing to work for money or what that even looks like. That's one thing that's going to happen. But the point is that it is most likely that you'll still need to have a role in society. Whether that looks exactly the way it does now, because it won't, but you're going to need to do something, most likely, to survive, most likely. And after the survival level, to be happy, you got to do something. Humans were designed by evolution to work, to create things that are valuable to other people. Because when we evolved in tribes, if you didn't create something, if you weren't creating value, if you weren't adding something to the tribe, they would leave you out in the forest or the desert or the jungle and you get killed, right? Because you're dead weight, and nobody has time for that. Back then, no one had time for that. So anyway, to be happy, you got to be doing something productive, or you will get unhappy and you will get depressed. So in the future, just let's say survival is taken care of. I don't know if it will be. We'll see how companies and governments decide to do things. But even if survival is taken care of, to be happy, you're going to have to be productive. And the roles that will be available for humans are ones that involve their unique human capabilities, right? Your creativity, your empathy, your emotion, your feelings, your energy. this is something, no matter how spiritual or not spiritual you are, energy, right, is a part of science, right? Energy is a thing. And people are giving off energy, right? Different kinds of energy. And so the energy that someone gives off affects the other humans definitely in their physical space, and it can also through video or whatnot, or through camera. And think about movies. Think about those certain actors that there's just something different about them. You just want to watch them. That has to do with the energy they're giving off. So anyway, point being is a human, an AI and a robot, they're not going to be able to give off that same energy. So that's why in real life jobs that involve humans to human, and they're doing something that involves energy, which could be in the vein of therapy or healing type stuff. It could massage or whatever. It could be in the vein of just speaking, and whatever you're speaking on is not so much about the information, but it's more about getting people to change their physical state and their feeling. And you think of someone like a Tony Robbins, his energy changes a bunch of people in the room. And this could apply to many different industries. But the point is that it's in real life job that involves the way you are, the way you act, the way you feel, the energy you give off. If you're doing that, that's going to be something that an AI can't replicate, right? So you can apply this to almost any industry. Let's say real estate, for example. Okay, yes, in the future, first of all, there's already places that are set up where you could go look at a house online. Now there's like video walkthroughs. You could go there and they have a key code and you can go look at it. In other words, there's not like a human showing you the house is the traditional way, and you could all do it. And as AI gets more and more, you could just talk to an AI agent and go look at the house yourself, or there'll be a VR walkthrough, and you can just deal with an AI agent, and everything could be, contract will be written by AI, all that. But there are gonna, in my prediction, there are gonna be human agents who, because of the energy they give off, because they make clients feel safe, because they establish trust, and because they just feel better when they're talking to that person and when they're being led through a house by that person, those people will still have jobs, or they'll still have roles to play, and they'll still succeed. That's why I'm like focusing a little more on this than specific jobs. I don't know. Okay, if you're a creative writer or something where you can use your unique human creativity, it's not just an amalgamation of previous works that like an AI does. Yeah, there'll still be a place for people like that can really write creatively, can really write something unique that the AI just can't replicate, because it's so unique to that person and their experience and their feelings and their perspectives that it still will come across as unique. And those people are still going to use AI tools to boost their output and their creativity. And that's my big thing, is like becoming creative and using AI tools to boost your creativity, boost your output, and expand what's possible in terms of creation, like videos and movies in the future. But I'm in this video, I want to emphasize a little more roles and ways and jobs that will exist that are not mind focused. They're not so much about thinking, because of how much thinking the AI will be able to do and replicate, right? But it's not going to be able to replicate the feeling side of things. And so that's why I gave the example of the real estate agent, or jobs like that, which are not like, okay, if we thought of like massage, like a massage therapist, or some sort of healing modality, what's it called? Some sort of acupuncture, some sort of healing thing that involves physical touch. Okay, that obviously we can wrap our minds. That's obvious. Yeah, that's going to be very hard to replicate with an AI, even a robot, because it's not going to feel the same as like the human energy touching you. But something like a real estate agent, I don't think people are thinking like this yet, that it's going to be just the impact of the human touch, the human energy, the human connection that people will still want in a bunch of different industries. And so, yes, there will be fully automated restaurants, right, where you don't need a human at all. Places like McDonald's already are mostly there. Like all their machines, you just press buttons and it does it automatically, right, to cook everything. And then you just add in some robots to move things around, and right, the whole place can be humanless in terms of behind the counter. And those are going to exist. But there are going to be restaurants where people just like come in because they like the waiters, they like the owner, and they just want to talk and have that human connection and just have that energy in the room when they're eating, just like other people, and being able to order something from a person and have a little exchange and feel like somebody's cooking the food with human energy, with human love, right? Like they're touching the food with human, not with machine. And there's going to be a market for that. There are going to be a lot of restaurants that succeed like that, and that people will go to, and all kinds of businesses where people just want that human connection, that human touch. Up this video by saying, start to think about what AI can do and will be able to do, and what it's not going to be able to replicate. And start developing your skills and your practices and what you're working on, projects, towards what AI is not going to be able to replicate. And it's, like I said, going to be stuff that can only come from you. So some creations that are so unique to you that like someone else couldn't make them. They have your life experience in them. They have your heart in them. They have your thoughts, your perspectives, and just your whatever unique thing that makes you. And so only you can create. So things like that, which could be art, right? It can be content. It can be businesses, but it involves thinking outside the box and not just replicating businesses that exist. Because again, AI is going to be able to do that. And there's all this stuff online about, and not just online, but books and courses and all that, about how to create businesses, and all that stuff is useful and helpful. But you just got to think about when all that stuff can just be fed into an AI and they can spin up the businesses and the plans and all that. And there's not going to be, there'll probably be a human involved to be at the helm of it, but they're not going to be a bunch of humans to run the businesses anymore. A lot of businesses. So point being is like, creating unique things that only you can create, that have your experience, thoughts, feelings, and then also roles where the human touch and connection is involved, right? Like in the example of a real estate agent, just something where you can have a face-to-face, you can have discussions on a phone, even just there's something where humans are interacting. And if you bring great energy to that, if you bring enthusiasm to that, kindness to that, empathy is a big one, right? To those interactions, to whatever that role is, there's going to be a place for you in the future, in this AI-dominated future. And if you can build on that and expand that and make it more important, make the human connection part more important, and maintain it in whatever your role is, even as a lot of this automation comes in and the AI comes in and your boss, starts saying, okay, you don't have to do that stuff anymore. We just have the AI do it. Somehow resist that, or go to another place where you can still have your human connection, human interaction, because otherwise it won't be long before the AI just replaces you. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it gave you just something to think about. Just start thinking about it right now. You don't have to do anything this second, but just start thinking about this. And as you go through your day-to-day and your job, and just start thinking about this, and just realize how much of an impact your energy and your empathy and everything else that makes you human is having on other people. And see if you can't increase that and make it more and better, in other words, more positive, have a better impact on other people. And that's going to be something that's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit you in the short term, but just with your human interactions, but it's going to benefit you in the long term, that there's going to be a role for you in the future. All right, thanks for watching, and tune back in tomorrow for the next video.